Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys have had a great week. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. I am joined here with a special guest, Mr. Ron Ray, um, the Seminar King, if I can say that. Um,
I
my
haven't
name.
haven't heard that one exactly, Seminar King, but I'll take it.
What we need is we just need to get a crown for you and kind of set that crown on your head there. But it's just to to make sure that it's solidified. But
Yay.
um, So anyway, guys, we have a special announcement here today. Ron, was so gracious enough to want to make a really special contribution for the Six Figure Medicare Agent Summit. As many of you know, it's going to be kicking off here very shortly, in just a little bit under 30 days now. It's going to be June 9th and 10th. Thankfully, we have Ron coming out, and he's going to be in attendance for the event. I'm super excited to have him there. I always say events are as good as the people that attend them,
For sure.
and I also think like the real quality of an event is who's on the guest list, who you can learn from, who you can kind of rub shoulders with and network with. And so um, for me, having someone like Ron in attendance is exactly what we want. And so Ron is wanting to kind of make a contribution and make a very generous donation and offer to a couple of people that are going to be picking up tickets. So Ron, what I'll do is I'll just kind of turn this over to you, and you can kind of talk about your trainings, your programs, and kind of go from there.
All right, cool. Yeah, I just it worked out where in my schedule where I had time this year. I missed out last year. I wanted to be there, and just the timing with some other trips I was doing didn't work out, and
Yeah.
I really had some serious FOMO about that one. And we just got back from Las Vegas with Medicare Con, and that was great. Man, I had a great time at that. That event's gotten big.
Yes,
There's a
it
lot of
has.
people there. It's a big venue in Las Vegas, and yeah, I that was really good. Now, I don't want to don't you know uh, take this the wrong way.
Oh, sure.
Justin does an outstanding job. That's one of the
Mhm.
best conferences you'll go to in any genre.
Yes.
Certainly in insurance,
Agreed.
but it's
Yeah.
gotten big, man. It's
Yeah.
like I didn't get to see everybody. I didn't
Yes.
get to see. I saw you for like 10 minutes. Out in
Yes.
the hallway. I didn't. We didn't get to talk like we normally do, and that was with a lot of my friends. A circle of people that we kind of hang out with when we go to events, and I got to meet a lot of new friends and
Mhm.
catch up with some old ones. But it wasn't that kind of small, intimate venue that I feed better off of. So if we can go to like a small 20 or 30 person kind of mastermind type of thing, or even an event like Six Figure, how many people are you expecting? I don't even know. I know it's smaller, but how many
Yeah.
people are you thinking?
It's definitely smaller. And shout out to Justin and his group of people. They did a great job with Medicare Con this year. I had a very good time. But Ron is right. Like I could not stay for the whole thing. I could only stay for the first day, and then I had to leave, get over to Dallas, and there were so many people that I just was like, oh, I didn't get to. I didn't even see that person. I wanted to spend some time with that person. Um, and so at our event, we're I think with speakers and sponsors as of today, we'll probably have about 200 people there. Um, Medicare Con probably had, what do you think, 700-800 people there, something like that?
Yeah, I would say attendees probably between 700 and 800. And then you count all the vendors and everybody is well over 1,000 people, I'd say.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, because it's a big opportunity to be exposed to a lot of people, at all levels, and insurance company people, and really high level agency owners and everything. But there's a lot of people, so access
Mhm.
is limited. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. Not a knock at all, because I think that's very valuable to be everywhere as much as you can. But Six Figure, 200 people, that the level of access between an 800 person event and a 200 person event is astronomical. And
Yeah.
so that's the kind of environment that I thrive in, because I like to take time and talk to everybody. And you got catch me in the middle of the concourse, on a break, and you want to bend my ear about something. Well, I'm going to be late to the next session because I'm going to, answer all your questions, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And it's fun. I like it. So worked into my schedule. I'm going. It was a last minute thing, and honestly, I was looking back through your list of speakers, and holy cow, you got big name people speaking at your conference, and that's awesome. Bigger than me, so no room for me to be a speaker. So how can I contribute? Number one, be there, and number two is for anybody that is maybe sitting on the fence or trying to decide, you better do it quick, because hotel space, let me tell you, from my procrastinator experience, I'm down the block already, is getting short. So you better make up your mind soon. But if you needed a little bit of enticement, if you know me, or you know who I am, or you've heard of me, or you're interested in some of the things that I do and I can teach you, if you get a ticket to the conference for, let's say, the next 3 people, Christian, I have no way of knowing, so you're just gonna have to tell me who it is. The next 3 people will buy a ticket. I doesn't have to be today. Well, let's don't put a time limit on it, but sometime, in time to go get it. I'm gonna do something for you. You can either have access to my Medicare to annuity selling course. So exactly how I write millions of dollars of annuities without spending a penny on annuity marketing. All comes from my Medicare marketing. How to do that? I think I sell that course for $1,000. You can have that for free. Or you can have 90 days of seminar coaching with me. So walk you through the exact process. This topic is coming up more. There's new agents coming in, agents that have been here a while and are trying to, wean off of leads. You know how that goes. You have to start out with leads and door knock and things like that. But then all of a sudden you get some money, you want to do a little bit higher intent, you're a local person, do a seminar. That's what I do. And that's what I teach people to do. And so I'll coach you for 3 months. That's enough time to get you started and get a couple of seminars under your belt so that you're comfortable to kind of go out on your own and do it in your local area. Still, in my opinion, and I don't think too many people would disagree with me, the number one best, highest quality lead that you can generate is somebody who is trapped in a room for you with an hour over lunch, listening to you talk about Medicare and turning 65. And and a lot of people are scared of it. A lot of people don't think that they can do it, or they think that it's not compliant. Well, I'll sit with you for 3 months and teach you how to do it compliantly, properly, and get you started. So for the next 3 people that buy a ticket to your conference, I want to see you there. I want to help you. You can have my Medicare to annuity selling course for free, or 3 months of seminar coaching.
That is extremely generous. And I am very grateful and appreciative of you for, being willing to do that. For Ron, for anybody that might be watching this, I think probably a majority of people that are seeing this already know about who you are, kind of a little bit about what you do, but just in case somebody doesn't, talk a little bit about kind of like how profitable these seminars are that you do. I remember Medicare Con 1, and you seeing you on stage, and that was kind of my first time seeing you and getting to meet you in person there. But then seeing you on stage, one thing you said that really jumped out at me was like, what I try to do is I try to be a full retirement advisor for my clients. I'm not just a Medicare supplement salesman, and I profit immensely more when I'm able to work with my clients. I retain them better, everything else in between. Talk a little bit about how insanely profitable those seminars are for you, because I know your system is incredibly advanced.
Right. Yeah. So, well, I wouldn't say it's advanced. It's actually pretty simple. It's just scary. It's just scary to get started with, because it can feel like a lot of information, a lot of things to do. So let's just start dispelling the myths right there. It's not advanced. It's simple. And it's not totally for beginners. Seminars aren't totally for beginners, because there's a little bit bigger investment involved and a little bit longer time to return. So I don't want to oversimplify it, but
Sure.
yeah, I run a holistic retirement planning practice, meaning, and this is in my presentation, I'm not just a Medicare supplement salesman or a Medicare Advantage plan salesman. I'm a holistic retirement planner, and I specialize in holistic retirement planning, meaning I take these 4 pillars of retirement: medical, life, long-term care, retirement income, and I integrate those into one master plan for you. And so I'm your one-stop retirement shop. We've got another friend out there that likes to say, I'm your HR rep for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right? That's Charlie Skank out there. And that, I think that's a great line, because it's really what we do. So if you think about when you're working, you've got this HR rep that's at your company, and that's who you go to when you have a question about your insurance, your 401k, your disability insurance, anything, your paycheck, your income. That's who you go to. But when you retire, who is that person? That's me. Right. So that's a really good analogy. I have to give Charlie credit for stealing that. But if you want to take your practice from just being that kind of transactional order taker, which a lot of Medicare practices end up being, even though that's not what you want to do. It's not the way you see it, but it ends up feeling that way because of the way we have to work. Put this on D&D, sorry. We hear that the term lifetime value a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It comes up a whole lot more, as a lot of people have transitioned to telephone sales, but lifetime value of a client is important to everybody, not just telephone sales agents. Right? It's important to me. And if I can get more lifetime value out of a client by providing more value to that client, that's a win-win. So if I can provide all of those services, think about this. If I can provide not only their Medicare insurance, but also their life insurance, their long-term care, and their retirement income, that is going to be my client for life. They will, unless I'd really screw up to bad for them to leave me.
Right.
Think about your bank. I'm guilty of this. I really don't like my bank, but it's such a pain to leave, because I've got auto payment set up over here. I've got a direct deposit set up over here with all my insurance companies. It's way too hard to change banks. So I'm willing 100%. To put up with a couple of mistakes or quirks that they have. Right. So everybody's the same. Insurance agents are no different. The more product lines that you can get, I think USAA did a study a few years ago that said if you can have 3 product lines with them, so in their case, that would be home and auto and life, they will never leave. They'll be your client for life. So that adds, what's that lifetime value of that client? So I hear, I'm not a big phone. I don't run a call center. We're a local brick and mortar. So I don't know all those stats, but for a telephone agency, more or less a telemarketer, what's the average time frame that those clients are staying on the books? Probably 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say probably 3, 4, 5 years tops.
Right. And so what's the lifetime value? You're talking about maybe $1,200.
Yeah.
For one product, but you add a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage plan at turning 65, plus a cancer plan, plus a dental, vision, hearing, plus now I've got their long-term care, their annuity, their assets under management. I took that lifetime value of that client from $1,200 to, I don't know, several thousand. When you add it all up, you throw an annuity in there, that blows the curve up, but
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot better. And just the fact that they won't leave you. You have to really mess up. Now we try real hard not to mess up at all, but they're happy with you, with what you're doing. And by the way, they refer you out to your friends even more. So that's what we do, is we just kind of round out the practice and get more money and more products from the clients that we currently have, and don't have to go out working so hard to find new clients.
Yeah.
Because if you're interested in cross-selling, you think it's easier to cross-sell to clients that already have a product with you, have already said yes, or to go out and find a stranger and cross sell to them.
Yeah, it's going to be the existing client every time.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so much easier to keep a client that you have cheaper than go out and find a new client. So that's what we do. And I honestly, I get bored. We're selling the same thing over and over again. So,
yes.
I got to mix it up. I might be talking Medicare today. I just got right before we got together today. I was on a webinar about Medicare for an hour and a half, live webinar for a specific group of people. But now I'm talking about retirement planning. That keeps it fresh for me. I get bored just doing the same thing. Okay, there's your Medicare A and B. I get bored doing that all day. So
yeah,
I like to work on problems and having that holistic retirement planning aspect gives me different problems to work on.
I love it. I think it's so necessary, that kind of resource and training for agents, because it's not something you see a lot. When agents come in, they'll work with an FMO, an upline, and that FMO will be extremely good in one line or one area.
Yep.
And they'll be kind of in the dark and kind of, clueless about the other stuff. So the agent will be like, oh, I want to do something kind of like what Ron Ray does. And they'll be like, what does Ron Ray do? And they'll try to understand it and they'll explain it, be like, oh, that doesn't work. But it's one of those things where what the business that you've been able to build, as you mentioned, it raises the lifetime value of the client through the roof, through additional policies, but also the additional retention, the longer retention. So it's just probably, it might be 5-6x what it would normally be. It may be more. And then in addition to that, you cover the client better.
Yep.
You're doing your job better as the agent.
Right. So what I like to say is we just wrap them in a nice warm blanket.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get out from under it, because who wants to get out from under a nice cozy blanket out into the cold where you got to fend for yourself again?
Absolutely. And if any of you watching, you've ever had like a cold night, let's say like it's in the middle of the winter and you're in a place where it snows, like here, not right now, but here during the winter. And, you wake up in the morning, it's cold, you put your blanket on and you're just like, ooh, that's what your clients feel like.
Yep, it is. So we don't leave them out in the cold. We wrap them in a nice warm blanket. And they're just happy and cozy and don't want to leave.
I love it. Guys, what we're going to be doing is however you might be watching this stream, maybe it's on YouTube, maybe it's on one of the Facebook groups. I'm going to be throwing the link to Summit tickets in the comment section. What we're going to be doing is, from the time this ends going forward, we're going to be tracking ticket sales, and we're going to be delivering some of the information over to Ron about the next 3 people that pick up a ticket. And you'll be able to, he'll be able to communicate with you, get in touch with you, and you'll be able to kind of make the decision whether you want the 90-day coaching on the seminars or whether you want to go through his course. Both are a terrific option. You can't go wrong either way. Ron, thank you so much for doing this. This was incredibly generous.
Yeah. Thank you for putting it on. That's a big undertaking. I do seminars that last an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I have to drive across the street, and that's I sometimes complain about having to do that. You're doing a big 4-day essentially seminar with 10, 15 speakers and hotels and food and parties and that you have to plan for more than a year, I bet. And then sell tickets to it. So I know how much work it is, and I appreciate you putting the effort in. And I know that, there's probably not a big or even an immediate return for you on this. And a lot of it is just doing it like so many of us do, just for the benefit of the agent community. And so I appreciate it. Thanks, Christian.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I thank you for, your kind words there. I definitely appreciate it. Like, I think for us, the first 2 years, our goal was to just not lose money on the event. That was our goal. And there's a tiny bit of profit last year. There'll probably be a tiny bit of profit this year, but any profit we had last year went into this year.
Yep.
And then any profit we'll have this year will go into next year. So it's like you said, there is not a lot of a immediate profit for it, but for us, it's just, I love events. Events are some of my favorite things that happen all year. I look forward to them. And for me, it's, getting an event together, that we can kind of control what people, are getting to see, the experience. It's not a pitch fest, nothing like that. And so we just are excited to be able to put on a great top-notch experience for everybody. So if you guys are already coming, we really appreciate you. One other thing I'd like to mention before we close this out is we sent out yesterday a series of emails to gold ticket holders, speakers, sponsors. If you guys did not get those emails for any reason, let me know or someone on my team know. It went out with an itinerary and just different kind of things that are going to be happening. We'll be sending more emails out from now until the event, though.
Can't wait.
Ron, thank you again.
Excited. I'm really excited. Vegas is fun, but I'm excited to be in Salt Lake in June, when it's not 95 degrees and 80% humidity here in Central Texas. Yes. So it's going to be fun.
It couldn't be more different almost, because it's going to be probably 85 degrees, but dry.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be perfect. But it's going to be really nice weather. So we're super excited about it. People keep saying, why do you hold it in June? I'm going on vacation in June. It's because if we do it before, it's going to be too cold. If we do it after, it's going to be too hot. Like June is perfect. So yeah, it'll be a good time. We're looking forward to it.
Me too. Can't wait to see you.
All right, Ron. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. We're super excited to get to see you here and have you here. And again, thank you for doing this. This was super cool of you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime.
All right, everybody, get those tickets. We'll throw the link down in the description of the video in the next few minutes here. And yeah, once we can verify the tickets, you picked up a ticket, we'll get the information over to Ron and kind of go from there. So hope to see you guys next month, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Christian.